Well, here we go again, my friends. I did my first No Hunter's Dream, No Death run about 2 months ago, and in this one is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to follow mostly the same steps, except the difference in this one to my prior one is in the first one I didn't use any NPC help. So in this one I'm going to include the NPCs. So the NPCs that I'm going to be using is Alfred, that you find in the Cathedral Ward part. I'm going to summon him to just assist with the Bloodstaff Beast. I'm going to follow the Henryk quest line, so be sure to watch the whole video so you can see where to find Henryk and how to summon him for the Shadows of Yharnum fight. I mean, there's 3 Shadows of Yharnum, so why not have 3 guys fighting 3 shadows? I mean, you can always do this by yourself if you really want to. But yeah, for this one, I mean, I did it 2 months ago, so I shot this last night, and I thought, yeah, well, let's include some NPCs in this one. So as you see, I'm not lighting any lanterns. I'm not really going for pickups. I think the thing that's important with a No Hunter's Dream run is it's also a no death run. You're not supposed to die, obviously, because the first time you die you're going to return to the Hunter's Dream. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a No Hunter's Dream run is, if you can pull it off, you've seen maybe when you started playing the game, you go to the Hunter's Dream and it's all clear and white and everything, and basically nothing is on fire. If you do a No Hunter's Dream run, you start off the game, you're going to go through a couple of bosses. Father Gascoigne, you're going to have to do the Bloodstaff Beast fight in order to open up the cathedral door so you can get to the back of the cathedral ward. You're going to do Vicar Amelia, the Shadows of Yharnum, Rom the Vacuous Spider, the One Reborn, Mikulash, and the Witness. And after the Witness fight, if you light the lantern for the first time and then go to the Hunter's Dream, then the Hunter's Dream looks a little bit different. When you wake up, it's not all peaceful. The church is actually on fire there. So that's the way to prove that you've done a full No Hunter's Dream, No Death run. Okay, I'm starting off with 20 blood vials, 20 bullets, 10 beast blood pellets, 10 pieces of fire paper, and I'm going to try and see if I can get through the game with just those items. Of course, picking up blood vials and substituting some blood vials for bullets as I go along. But it's a very interesting challenge to put yourself through, my friends. It's hard. It's not as easy as it seems. I think it's important to remember where you can find blood vials if you run out of consumables, where you can find bullets. I mean, this is why I'm killing the pig here, because I took some damage when I fell down. So I just need to pick up these 2 blood vials from this pig. Heal up, pick those up, I'm full again. That's if you want to go into the mathematics of the game. But this is actually a very casual No Hunter's Dream run that I did. It's, again, I've played the game so many times in these past years. I've said this before, it's probably my favorite game. But there's one thing that's very true to this game. It doesn't matter how perfect you try to play it and how perfectly you try to stick to your strategy of fighting bosses, moving around this and this. The game never acts the same. Period. It doesn't do the same. Sometimes Gascoigne will run up to me from straight back there and I can give him my 3 viscerals and I can end the fight quickly. As you can see here, he just started shooting. He was trigger happy. So now I had to wait for him to just get into that sequence so I can start giving him his viscerals. What I usually do is I try and get 3 viscerals on him, get his power down past halfway, wait for him to go into his 3rd phase and just hack and slash at him. I've said this before as well. You know, the distance thing doesn't really work. You see, like there, I stunned him, but the visceral didn't. I went right through him. The game does not always act the way you want it. You can do whatever you want. The game is always going to deal you a different hand. Okay, I got my visceral there, so I'm hoping for another one.
Seems to me.
And then after that, I can go for the hack and slash. Again, using beast blood pellets and fire paper. I mean, guys, that only helps you beat these bosses faster. If you use those consumables. Again, guys, there's no set rule on how to play Bloodborne. There's no set rule what you should do, and you play it at your own discretion and you do what you feel works. Now, usually, I would hack and slash him and I would go around him, but he was actually slapping the cuck out of me at this point. So I made a lot of mistakes actually here. It wasn't my best Gascoigne fight, because I wasn't supposed to use that many consumables. I've used too many bullets already, and I've used a lot of blood vials at that point. So yeah, it's okay. Right, got him. Fine, he's dead. So we can move on now. An interesting thing came to my mind while I was playing this, or doing this run. It's actually possible to add 2 more boss fights to a No Hunter's Dream run. It's going to take you a bit longer to finish the thing. I mean, again, guys, this is not a speed run. Speed running would be you just go for the 7 main bosses and get the game done as quickly as possible without glitching the game. I'm not a fan of glitching. I think that's total bullshit. Play the game, play it for what it is. Don't cheat. I mean, glitching is cheating. So, but yeah, unless it's a thing that's happening in the game, if you can hit an enemy through the wall, that's not you cheating. That's the game. That's inside the game. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you, like I said, this is not a speed run. If you want to play it casually and maybe add 2 more bosses to your No Hunter's Dream run, then you can go for the Witches of Enwick. After you've killed them, just run back the way you came, back to the Cathedral Ward. Or you can, you can actually, after you've done the Bloodstaff Beast fight, as soon as the side door in the Cathedral opens up, you can actually go to the Cathedral Ward and be abducted by the Bagman and go to Hypogean Ghoul. One of my subscribers recently told me, I never knew this, the word Hypogean Ghoul means jail. So yeah, thank you for that. That was a very useful piece of information. But if you go to Hypogean Ghoul, then you can actually go and take on the Bloodstaff Beast. And if you manage to defeat, not the Bloodstaff Beast, sorry, the Dark Beast Paul. If you can defeat the Dark Beast Paul, then you can actually run through those big gates in the boss arena, back through Old Yharnum, back to the Cathedral Ward. So you can actually add those 2. But I think that's the only 2 that I can think of that you can maybe add without using a lantern and going back to the Hunter's Dream. That was quite funny there. I forgot to comment on that now. Those 2 dogs, they couldn't fit through the door there for some reason. As you can see, I'm taking this very relaxed. I'm hunting for stuff here while I'm trying to do this challenge. It wasn't planned to do a No Hunter's Dream challenge, but while I was playing, I thought, well, add some NPCs to it, because my first one didn't have any NPCs in it. Plus, kill more enemies to see if I can find some more consumables, blood vials, bullets, antidotes, whatever, the stuff that I'm going to use. I'm using the basic hunter's garb, basic hunter's hat, basic hunter everything. I think the only thing that's different on this character is the trousers I'm wearing. I kind of love the ashen trousers. Okay, I know there's 6 blood vials to this side of this cathedral, so I'm going to pick up some of those.
You there? Hunt! Oh, tap up.
Jorah is shouting at me at the top there and everything. I think the only thing that really takes time is because you have to come and fight the Bloodstaff Beast in order to open up that little door in the cathedral, and then, forcing yourself to run back. I mean, that's where it's very easy to use lanterns to travel through the world of Central Yharnum and Bloodborne, but yeah, it's fun. It's a fun challenge. It really builds your skill set. I've had this argument with some people. You can't play the game and not play the game fully for what it is and expect to become good in the game. The reason, by the way, why I'm running this way, if you drop off the other side, you're going to take more damage. So the chance of being hit while running through that cathedral where all those beasts are, it's less likely for you to get hit than jumping off a ledge. Just getting up these stairs, those guys are going to follow me. See, there they are. Sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 3. This guy was actually very funny. I went down a bit too soon because I want to pick up those blood vials on the side of that little door. So I went down just a little bit too fast. And the bugger was still standing there, and he was just looking at me like, look at him. Hello. Again, the game is acting erratically. It's never the same. It doesn't matter what you do. So I thought, I'll just kill him. I really need those blood vials. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to kill these beasts here as well, because they have a tendency to follow you if you just ignore them. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to go for the beast blood pellets next to that building, and after the boss fight I want to go for the fire paper that's on the ledge. There's 3 of them over there. That's important, guys. As you're playing, you need to pick up consumables, because if you need to use this stuff in your boss fights and stuff, you don't want to run out. I mean, you can custom your play to whatever you want to. I've seen people use more blood vials. I've seen people use more bullets, depending on their fighting styles and stuff. What I usually do is I use my stamina runes, and I use for this one I'm using the impurity runes so I can summon the NPCs. Okay, so I'm heading, just going to make sure the wolfie isn't following me, because sometimes he does follow you up here. Okay, so I'm going to summon Alfred. There where I met him. It's important to click on cooperate, then he'll be here. It's important to have the old hunter's bell. And I mean, yeah, of course, can kill this boss by myself, but it's fun to change up the game sometimes, just bring in some NPCs and just show people who've never maybe played the game that there is some help available if they are struggling with these bosses. I mean, not everybody knows Bloodborne like the back of their hands. You see, that was a mistake from my... I shouldn't be that close to him while he's swinging, or while she's swinging. Sorry, it's actually a female, the Bloodstaff Beast. I have found that Alfred is actually a very nice tank when it comes to this boss. He has the ability to draw the Bloodstaff Beast's attention away, so you can go for the bum. You can go and put your cleaver up her bum. It sounds painful. It doesn't matter how you put it, but yeah. Because I'm not gonna use. I can't remember. I didn't use. Did I? Did I use antidotes? Oh yeah, of course, she doesn't like fire. So if you have fire paper, hit her with fire, guys. The more damage you can do, why not? I mean, you're gonna pick up fire paper in this area when you go back anyway. So you can use 2 pieces of fire paper because you can pick up 2 again. I'll show you where that is just now. Okay, now she's going apeshit. Okay, she's gone. I don't need to go for that antidote at the back of that altar. So right, I'm going to head back to where the shortcut is located, otherwise I have to run the whole way. I wonder if you kill these beasts on the side. There's one on that side and one on that side. If they have blood vials as well. Might check that later on. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about werewolves following me. There is 10. Oh, yeah, look at him. Yeah, you see, he followed me. Got a whistle on him. Okay, you go away. I think he's gonna give me a bloodstone shot, which I don't need. There's 10 bullets over here. I'll take that. Thank you so much. That big hoho over there, I don't know what he does. What he can give you. Stop blocking my way. Okay. I'm not going to play with those wolves. My antidotes are full, so I don't need to pick up those. So I'm just going to go and pick up those 2 pieces of fire paper up there. And then I'm going to use this door to run back to the cathedral ward. Okay, got that. So my fire paper is all filled up again. Right, let's head back to the cathedral ward. Now, of course, when you get to the cathedral ward, you're going to have to just go open up the shortcut to the back. The reason I'm doing this is there's a big gate in the cathedral ward which you can use to access the cathedral ward area. But you need to buy that key or that emblem from the bath messengers in the Huntersdream. Again, guys, the point is not to go to the Huntersdream. Oh, there was some extra blood vials there that I didn't pick up the first time. Okay, so cool. Right, no, numbers are looking good. Looking good. So yeah, the reason I have to run back through that door, we have to go through the back door basically. But yeah, if you follow all the steps in this video, guys, I mean the video is self-explanatory. It's, you can, I seriously urge you, if you've never tried this, it's a very long process, it's a trying process, you're not going to get it right the first time. But it's actually very challenging, and it, like I said, it does help your skill set if you're a hardcore Bloodborne player or Soulsborne player, if you think about that. These games are designed, they're not designed to be easy. If it was easy, then, I mean, what's the point? But, yeah. This Poochie is chasing me. Okay, so we're in almost 18 minutes. 18 minutes, yeah. Okay, so we're going to go through this door and I'm going to head to the area. This is the route you take when you try to locate the abandoned workshop. Okay, now if you kill this guy, I think he's going to give you 2 or 3 bullets as well. 4 bullets. Thank you so much. And this is the path you take if you want to locate the abandoned workshop. Now, if you go into the lore of Bloodborne, that's where Yharnum started training the first hunters for the scourge and all that stuff. And the workshop was basically abandoned. And then later on he created the Hunter's Dream. Now you can jump to those platforms on the left hand side there, but I usually just jump on those boxes. I find that if you miss most of the crates, it doesn't alert the beast. Look at him, he's not standing up. So I can just give him a visceral and get him out of the way. And all he gives me is a madman's knowledge. So. Okay. I'm not going to kill these crows, I'm not going to go for the dog. Even though I'm not going for speed in this one, I think the most important thing is if you're playing fast, play safe at least. Don't get hasty, don't start hitting bosses, don't get flustered. Okay, now you might be wondering why I'm going to open up all 3 of these gates. Remember I told you I'm going to use Henryk as well. Now this is needed to summon Henryk. You saw me in the beginning of this run. I spoke to Eileen in central Yharnum there close to the sewers. Now, in order to activate Henryk completely, when you come to this part, you need to open up all 3 of those gates. The very first one, the main gate, and this one. Now, as soon as you've done this, Eileen will appear on the side of the cathedral, and she's going to tell you that Henryk, the old hunter, has gone mad. And it's important for you. She's going to tell you not to go down to Odin's Chapel. But you have to go down to Odin's Chapel. So as soon as you go down there, you have to fight Henryk with Eileen and make sure Eileen is not killed. You must kill Henryk, and if you kill Henryk, then he's been activated for the Forbidden Woods part and for Bergenwerf, so you can use him there. I've said this before, why I like using Henryk. He's much tougher than the Madaras twin. Madaras twin is alright, but Henryk he's like a nickel stake. The guy is tough. He can take a lot of punishment, and he's actually a very nice tank as well. I did make a little bit of a mistake in this one. There was a part where Henryk and Eileen was fighting, and he stunned her for a visceral. I thought it was him that was stunned, so I visceral poor Eileen. You'll see what happens there. You can actually see where she pops up after she's been activated. Did you see that? That's where she appears. Okay, now she arrives because now she has to take care of Henryk. But in fact, this is needed if you want to summon him. I have a couple of videos on the channel as well where you can see detailed things. There's that visceral. I felt so bad when I did that. I mean, she's an old lady. I think that's why I backed up so much. I felt so bad. But it's important for her not to die. You need to kill Henryk, not her. Okay, she got him there. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to speak to her quickly.
But only try to keep your hands there.
Yeah, you've noticed. I'm not showing the conversations or the dialogue or anything. I'm just, going for it. Okay, so now Henryk he's been activated, and you will find him in the Forbidden Woods and in Bergenwerf. Remember, guys, it's important, before you start this, you must have the Impurity Rune equipped on your memory altar. If that is not equipped, you can't summon Henryk, and you can't summon the Madaras twin. You can't summon Walter. That one is important. I'm not sure why you don't need that rune to summon Henriette or Alfred, or there's another one. The guy who can help you with the one Reborn. I forget his name now, but yeah, the funny looking guy with the church pick. Okay, but yeah, anyway. So right, as you can see there, I have my numbing mist. I thought this guy was gonna give me. Okay, there's 6 blood vials. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I got my numbing mist, so I'm gonna go to Vicar Amelia. Vicar Amelia, you have to kill her in order to progress in the game. After Vicar Amelia, you interact with Lawrence's skull at the back, which is needed. Plus, when you kill Vicar Amelia, she gives you the gold pendant that gives you the password to progress to the Forbidden Woods. Using my willy gig, I'm using some fire paper, and I'm using some beast blood pellets. Now again, guys, she didn't do what I wanted her to do. Usually I'll throw some knowing mist, she's going to jump to the side, and I can start attacking her from behind. This time, she smacked the floor, and only then she decided not to jump. So I thought, okay, let's go for the behind. Various different ways you can fight this boss. Whatever works for you, great. I just believe in mudding a thing and going for the viscerals. As soon as she's stunned, give her a visceral, because the damage is quite good. So I'm going to try that again. Hit her head, hit her again, make her fall down again. You see, you don't have to hit her from behind to make her fall down. You can hit her anywhere, basically. Just stun her. That's the point. Just stun her. Okay, I'm going to interact with Lawrence's skull. I'm going to skip all of this. 25 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. Right. Now we are heading to the Forbidden Woods to go and play with the shadows. The shadows of Yharnum. They can be a handful, I know. Guys, if you really like videos like this, remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel anyway. I'm close to 500 subs, so I would really appreciate it if you guys hit those like buttons, leave a comment, and you know, just want to say thank you for supporting my channel for as long as you guys have. Really, it's great. Okay, but we are heading towards the shadows of Yharnum. It's kind of funny, those big guys with the axes, they walk around before the Vicar Amelia fight, yet after you kill her, it's like they go into mourning. They just sit there and they're sad. I don't know, this wasn't a bad run. I can see why people get flustered and nervous when it comes to the shadows of Yharnum. I mean, 1 taking on 3 is hard. It is doable. I've done it countless times. But it is fun to bring in some help sometimes, just to even out the playing field. The only problem, the more NPCs or the more online help you bring into a fight, a boss fight, the game buffers up, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So if you're starting off the game and you haven't built up some good playing skills of the game, it's going to be hard because the bosses take a lot less damage. This is a weird mistake. I never do this. I ran into the gun and the guy hit me with an axe and I almost stepped on the trap. So I almost made a very big boo-boo there. And now the guy's chasing me. Plus I got an oil urn to the face here. And I wanted to, this has worked for me before. Run down instead of jumping down, not to take as much damage. It's less likely to get bit or hit or whatever. I think the same thing happened over here. I hope the trap would kill the dog. Okay, got over there, got the 4 blood vials. There's 6 beast blood pellets in this little hut over here, which I need to fill up on. So, right, beast blood pellets is full again. I just need to follow the same route back. Now let's go over here. Okay, got that. 2020. Yes. Okay. My mom says hi. Right, so we're back on 20 vials and I have 22 bullets. That's okay. That's cool. There's 3 different weapons that I really love using. Of course, it's a sword cleaver, the standard weapon that most hunters use in Bloodborne. I love the whirligig saw, which you find in the Hunter's Nightmare, because it buffers so quickly when you're using it, combine it with beast blood pellets. You can drop down on the other side, on the other side of this, but it's safer to run past. Now, always be careful of this guy. This guy, once he starts biting and shooting you like that, that could be a one-shot and you could be dead. Sometimes he misses you completely. Twice I did that. Twice. And he did the same thing. Sticking out his little snaky headies and biting me. This is one of the biggest areas in Bloodborne. A lot of nice goodies that you can pick up here. Some twin blood shards, some shining coins, a lot of cold blood dews, frenzied cold blood dews, and a shitload of snakes. Big snakes, smiling snakes. But lovely game, still lovely game. Yeah, I'm running my ass off to get to the Shadows of Yharnum here. It's so funny, the Shadows of Yharnum, boss fight is actually a hard one, but when you face them again in Mogoslov Middle, they're actually not that tough. Now, okay, guys, I could have gone for the pig here at the back. He has 2 blood vials, but there's a pig in front here as well, so I'm going to go for the 2 vials with this pig. And always be careful of those little slimy, creepy crawlies there, because they have a tendency to hit you out of nowhere. Okay, Piggy, I'll take your blood vials, and then I shall go and kill the shadows. Now, guys, here's another tip for you. If you want to use an NPC over here, kill the snake guy first, and then summon the help, not the other way around. Because if you summon the NPC, he's going to start attacking the snake guy, and the power is going to go off because he is going to get hit. So first kill this guy before you go and summon the Madaras twin. Okay. Got a visceral, but I didn't get a visceral. I went through him again. That's the third time that's happened in this playthrough of mine. It happened with Gascoigne. Can you see now I'm wasting bullets here? Finally got the visceral. Damn snake head. Ho ho. What does he give me? Sometimes he gives you a blood vial. In that case, he gave me a tempering blood gem 3. Okay, so now I have Madaras, and I'm going to take Henryk to this fight. So we're going to be 3 on 3, just to make it even. Again, guys, remember you have to have the Impurity Stone memorized on your altar, so you can summon these 2 NPCs in this area. Plus, follow the steps, the Eileen quest line, and you can summon Henryk like I showed you in the video. Again, I'm going to use some beastblood pellets and some fire paper. Here comes Madaras, and here comes Henryk. Henryk actually has a very unique look to him. Okay, now I've seen a lot of people say, yeah, you know, don't take the shadows down to a certain percentage of this and that, it separates them and that. You know what? If that works for you, do it. But in my mind, find the weakest one. Find this guy with the ball on the stick, with the fire, and kill him. Get him out of the way as quickly as you can. It just makes sense to me that the quicker you kill these guys, the less damage they're going to do. You have 2 NPCs with you, so just, okay, you see, that guy's gone. So now we're 3 on 2. Go for the next guy. Still be careful, don't get cocky. That's the thing, don't get cocky. Win the fight first. I know when the shadows start crawling in their big bodyguards, those big snakes that spawn up from the ground, that gets dangerous. Okay, so it's me and Madaras on this guy. He's actually the second easiest to kill. I'm just running out of stamina. Stamina is the killer. And of course, guys, if you see them attacking, dodge them and jump out of the way. Don't just keep on hitting, you know. Okay, so he's gone. Right, so now we can focus on Mr. Katana Sword and just murder him until he falls down. I'm backing into a corner and just hit him. Shame the poor guy. I feel sorry for him. I mean, the poor guy is running like crazy. He's being beat up. This is like a typical bar fight in South Africa. What do you mean you shout for the Blue Bulls? You support the Blue Bulls. We'll murder you. On to Rom. Hey. Oh, Louis the Fly wants to jump on my head. There was one instance where a fly did jump on my head and started frenzying me. Wasn't there. Now, of course, you can call 3 NPCs in this area if you've activated them. You can call Madaras. His summoning sign is at the back. You can call the Mensa Scholar. I don't like using the Mensa Scholar because he has a tendency to throw his call beyond and trigger ROM before I want to do what I want to do with my saw and stuff. So that's why I love using Henryk in this fight if I choose to use an NPC. I'm not going to open up the shortcuts. There's no need for it. The only bother in this thing is the choir hunter. She can be a handful. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to run past her. I'm going to go get the key. She did actually nail me with her... come on. She did actually nail me with her call beyond, like you just saw there. And she tried it again. I missed that one. And I thought to myself, instead of, summoning Henryk, again, before this, try and kill her. She can be a handful, so I'm just going to load up with some fire paper and just make my odds a little bit better. Did actually get a nice visceral on her in this fight. I thought maybe she was going to go down the steps completely, and then she saw me, and then she just started running like a chicken with its head cut off. Okay, so now I'm just going to start murdering her until she dies from it. And another interesting thing, look there, when she wants to do a call beyond, I shot at her, and it took her out of that motion. Look at that. That's actually cool. I never knew that could happen. Okay, got her visceral, so I'm just going to get rid of her and then go for Henryk. Go get him. Yes, but my garb is dirty. I'm all bloody. And that's where Henryk's sign will appear if you activated him earlier on in the game to use him. And Henryk does not have that thing where he goes for ROM. He follows you around. So if you start killing all the little spiders, which is recommended, you can go for ROM with all the little spiders. But remember, guys, in the first phase, ROM does not attack you. He's just floating there like a big turd. Kill the little spiders first and try and sort him out in his first phase. It is possible. That's why I love using the Whirligig saw on ROM. If you start using your saw, your weed whacker attack, basically, you can get rid of him in the first phase. We went to the second phase in this one, but he had so little power left. Plus, guys, be patient in this fight. Don't rush this. One wrong step, and those little spiders can headbutt you to death. They can fall on you. They can smack you with those long tentacles. Just take your time. Don't rush it. It's not a speed run. It's a no hunter's dream, no death run. You death, you die, you fail. It's as simple as that. 2 for the price of 1. Okay. Right, gonna load up fire paper B-split pellets. Most of these bosses don't like fire. So fire is a good one. Okay, Rom, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stick my saw up your bum or your side. Got some decent damage, and then you just move it away from that. Didn't connect anymore. Get some stamina back. Got him out of it. Okay. That could have gone better, but that's decent, guys. That's not a bad one. Didn't actually need Henryk for this fight. Okay, so now you can go for 2 or 3 hits if you really want to, but what I'm going to do is, what I did, just go for 1 hit, because he still throws his blue balls at you. You see the spiders are now jumping like crazy trying to protect Rom. But go for 1 or 2 hits. You see, that's dangerous. Heal up, go back. Okay, now Rom is pissed. Gonna go for 2 hits here. No, I didn't. See, I follow my own rules. Don't be greedy. Okay, gotta get rid of him right about now. Right. Rom is dead. On to the one reborn. Hello, Henryk. Thank you so much. Now you can go back to the afterlife. I'm going to go visit the lady on the lake, the Numerian queen, standing there crying on the water and scary stuff. 40 minutes in. Okay. I think my Huntersdream run that I did 2 months ago, that was, what, 46 minutes. Okay, obviously this is going to take longer because I went through more steps to activate Henryk and the Eileen thing, so it's not bad. Black Church Garb. Blades of Mercy. Special trick weapon passed down amongst hunters. One of the oldest weapons. It's actually a cool weapon. And the amygdala is hanging there on the roof. The roof is infested. Please don't pick me up or I'll slap your fucking head. Sorry. I get sidetracked sometimes. Just going to get rid of this booty because otherwise he's going to chase me down the steps. Not going to light that lantern. I'm just going to run for it. 11 vials, 11 bullets. Okay, there's some vials I can pick up and there's actually some bullets that I can get. So, sometimes I hit this perfectly, jump on that ledge, but now the thingy bumped me off, so I took unnecessary damage there. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Gonna run past the witches and go to the laser. As soon as you hit that spot, go left. And you should be fine. I think that witch actually had a blood vial. I should have picked it up, but just went for it. Okay. Now we are in Yargold Chapel. There's a scurrying monster. Usually, if you kill him, he has 2 blood chunks, which you use for upgrading your weapon. I want those 8 blood vials back there. I really need those. Thank you so much. I'll take that. Get into the chapel and just run like a madman. This is also a very nice training session if you want to take on all 3 of those hunters because they're tough. Now sometimes the hunter with the cannon, he follows you to the elevator, to which I'm going now. He didn't follow me here. Well, come to think of that, guy didn't even see me. Look, he's still standing still. Okay. Sometimes it's better to evade these poochies. I made the mistake of starting hitting them and the poochie bit my bum. I don't want to play with you. Let's take a bath. Come, Poochie, bring the champagne and the caviar. Let's take a bath. Oh, lovely. Ugly bugger. Okay, 18 vials, 17. Yeah, 17 vials. It's going to be 16. Okay. Right. So when I get to the one reborn, I'm going to take out my whirligig. I'm going to use my fire paper, beast blood pellets as per usual, but I'm going to use the NPC in this one as well. Keep forgetting the guy's name. What the hell is his name? The guy behind the wagon. No. What's his name? What the hell is his name? It happens, guys. I'm in my 40s. I mean, I forget stuff as well. Old Hunter Bell. Who was this? Defector Antal. Okay. So what Defector Antal is going to do, he's going to keep the one reborn busy while I sort out the 6 witches on the balconies. Again, guys, you don't have to use NPCs for this one. I used NPCs just to make it a little bit more interesting. You don't have to struggle. So while he's spitting his vial at me, I'm going to go murder his girlfriends. First I'm going to pee in the corner there. Let's pee in the corner. Okay, there's one witchy dead. 5 to go. Antal is not doing a lot of damage, but I mean that's not the point. I don't want him to do a lot of damage. I want him to keep the big thing busy while I sort out this. Those balls of light that you see flying through the air there, the witches are actually sending, I think it's health to the one reborn, so they're actually aiding him, you know, not to take a lot of damage. So that's why it's important to get rid of these witches. But you can do it without it, killing the witches. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the one reborn to explode. You'll see that he gets this red fuzziness to him. There it is. I'm going to hit him a couple of times and stun him, and then I'm just going to start weed whacking him. Okay, he's stunned. Right, so now you have about 5 or 6 seconds where you can just do that. Again, look at the beast mark, look at the damage. Something very funny happened here. Sometimes the one reborn vomits, and that vomit kills you. I'm standing in the vomit there, look at that. And I'm not taking damage. Up until there. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Bloodborne. Appreciate it. That's the one reborn done. On to Nikolash. Now, in the Nightmare of Menses, there's a couple of places you can pick up some blood vials. What is that? There's 8 vials in front of the silver beasts as soon as you reach the lantern in Nightmare of Menses. So I need to get those. Now this is a spot where I have failed in the past. Not this spot, in the Nightmare of Menses. Those silver beasts, sometimes they'll do one or two things. They'll either just look at you while you run past them, or they'll just jump and they'll just murder you. Luckily they didn't murder me in this one, but it has happened. And I mean, again guys, I don't want to die. I don't want to fuck up this No Huntersdream run. As a Bloodborne player, I think it's important to have at least one, you know. This will be my second one on YouTube, but it's my 4th one that I have recorded. Okay, so the reason I'm gonna kill this bugger is for him not to follow me. So I'm just gonna give him a swing and a fall down. Okay, cool. There's another scurrying beast. Usually he has 3 bloodstone chunks. Okay, now you see that little light over there in front of the fire. I want that. That's 8 blood vials. 8 or 6? Is it 8? It's 8. Yeah, sorry. Okay, now I'm just going to run past these buggers. That guy, he has a tendency to jump towards you if he spots you early on. Okay, so now I'm just going to go for it. I'm seeing the end, my friends. I'm seeing the spot where I can finally do this again. Plus be careful of those guys throwing boulders. If that rock hits you, you're dead. Okay, I'm not going to go through the side. I'm just going to go through the spiders on this side, which is kind of dangerous because I mean they can jump at you, but I didn't want to drop off the bridge to take damage. I'm going to pass the hunter on his left. Most of the times he'll miss you. If you go that side, the side where his sword is, it's likely for him to stab you. I'm not going to go for that shortcut. I am going past the little robot man. Be careful of these ladies. Well, I call them ladies, but they're butt ugly, with their big cleavers and their chains. Plus, be careful of the guy at the back with the crossbow. He can actually hit you there. You saw the The arrow hit the side of the cage there. Okay, 18 vials, 11 bullets. That should be... No, we can do this. I have enough consumables to... not going to go for the shortcuts. It's me and Mickey. Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind, I'll clap you. I'm Mickey. Mickey.
Ah.
Wait a minute, there's some bullets in here. I forgot about that. There's some bullets that I can pick up in here. On that staircase where Nicholas is running down, what is that, 6 bullets? Yeah, 6 bullets. Okay, you go to the cage, I'll be back momentarily. The reason why bullets is very important over here, if you're going to cheese them on the balcony, I mean, bone marrow ash and some bullets does wonders. Okay, now what I'm going to do first, I'm going to sort out his skeletons, his bodyguards. Get rid of this guy. I'll give him a bullet for good measure. Take that. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Right. Now, just to get him out of the cage into his second phase, I'm just gonna run my stamina on him, jump back, give him a clap or two, jump back. Don't get greedy, guys. That could be a one shot. The auger of a Brutus. Okay. It's clean sailing now. Let's get him. Let's go. Sometimes in his second phase, when he starts running around, it can take a while for him to go onto the balcony. I was lucky in this one. I need those vials. So that's why I was just waiting to get rid of the little metal man over here. Plus, be careful of the little guy with the crossbow over here.
That's you one.
He can shoot you up the bum. And that could be very painful. So sometimes he runs around, but this time he just went into the balcony. So I'm just loading up my bone marrow ash. I'm using the Evelyn, not the normal hunter's pistol. The Evelyn has a bit more kick to it. You find the Evelyn in the Forsaken Castle Canehurst, in one of the chests over there. I'm just going to chuck 5 poison knives at him, make him poison out. You can actually do that. I mean, there's so many different ways to fight him. You can kill him this way. You can kill him through the mirror if you're using co-op. You can chase him into the cage, which is always fun and challenging. You can cheese him towards the gate at the back. This is one of the more versatile bosses in Bloodborne. A lot of options to get rid of the guy. Okay, Mickey gone. Let's go for the last boss, my friends, to complete my no Hunter's Dream, no death run. You should always check your armor that you're wearing as well. Your garbs and stuff. Most of it have some pretty good physical defense and stuff, but you should always see what damage it takes more of. Let's say with this garb is good for the Bloodstaff Beast, because it has a high poison tolerance, which the Canis garb or the Canis armor doesn't really have. It has a lot of physical attributes, but I don't know. I like sticking to the standard stuff. The stuff you find very early on in the game. But yeah, there are some very good armor sets out there as well. All of these play a huge part in the playing of Bloodborne. It's not as clean cut as... I don't know why I did that. I went in there with 19 blood vials. I got 2 back, and now I'm back on 19. I don't know what, whatever. I have my poison knives. What I'm going to do with the wetness, I'm going to poison it with 5 poison knives, so it just chips away at it very slightly. I'm going to take out my whirligig, poison my whirligig, some fire paper and some beast blood pellets, And I think if I can remember correctly, this was a no-hit. She didn't hit me once in this one. Yeah, guys, just murder it. That's what I say. Just murder the thing until it dies. Okay, so I went through the game with just those consumables. Not bad. Plus, there's the other thing. You can't really get rid of your insides unless you use NPCs. You see there, I'm already up on 26. Insights make the game a little bit more, it buffs it up as much as it can, so it does affect the difficulty, not by much, but it does. There is definitely an effect. I think out of all the bosses, I really love the look of this boss. She looks so scary and so sinister. It's like something out of a nightmare. No, you're not gonna turn off the power, I'll murder you. Okay, go up here, let's finish this. Let's finish this, Mercy. Like that, and more of that, and once more. Now, my friends, that's it. The No Huntersdream run has been completed. I'm going to light this lantern. It's going to be the first lantern that I'm going to light. And I'm going to show you something very interesting in the Huntersdream. Like I said in the beginning of this video, now the chapel is going to be on fire when you wake up for the first time in the Huntersdream. But just to prove that no lanterns were lit in the game, I'm going to go to my gravestones as well. And you'll see the doll is actually still sitting there in her original state. She hasn't been activated, even though I have 26 insights. Usually you just need one insight to see the doll when you go back to the Huntersdream for the first time. But yeah. And there you have it, my friends. What was that? 57 minutes. Okay, that's not bad. Really not bad. So now everything in the Huntersdream is on fire. And there's the doll sitting there, not activated. And there's the... See, no lanterns. That was the place I woke in the sick room. The Moonside Lake has been activated because of Rom, and the witness spot in Mogoslov Middle. Here's all the stuff that you get in the beginning from the game, from the messengers. Of course, German is not here. He's already in the garden. So as soon as you go to him now, you start talking to him, he's going to ask you, or he's going to tell you that you did good, and the game is done. My friends, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this very lengthy video. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Good hunter, you've done well. Now you from... Farewell, my keen hunter. Fear the blood.